March is finally here, which means spring's just around the corner. We got an extra couple of days compared to February. Let's talk about what I'm going to read here in the month of March, and hopefully I could get caught up on my TBR. Stay tuned, that's coming right up here on Drew's Book Reviews. Alright, it is March 1st. Let's talk about what I am going to do, or what we are going to do with the channel this month. March is an awesome month because it's the beginning of the spring, which means new stuff coming forward and new life being breathed into the air. It's getting warmer. It's good times. Who doesn't look forward to spring after winter, eh? So let's talk about what the plans are for the month of March, what my TBR for the month of March is. So let's definitely get into that. But before we get into that, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you subscribe. You can join me on my Bookstagram, you can join me on my Discord. I post videos every single Friday on the channel, so make sure you hit that bell notification so you know when I post more bookish content here on the channel. So let's talk about it. Well, February was a pretty awesome month for me, and we hit 500 subscribers here on the channel, which I'm very, very happy about. I'm excited about that because I now have a community tab. So what's going to happen in March? What are we going to do with the channel in March? What am I going to read? Well, first off, let's talk about a few things. One, on that community tab, I'm now going to post my TBR for the month. And you, my viewers, are going to get to pick and vote on which book you want to see me do a review on. Now, the review may not post till April, but you get to pick and vote on a book that I'm going to be reading this month that you want to see a review on for this month. So definitely make sure that you head on over to the community tab and check that out. One of the other things that I am now officially launching in the month of March will be my Patreon. That'll be linked below, so you can check that out, and that's going to have some awesome perks for that. I'm going to get more into details about the perks that I'm offering through Patreon on my live stream coming up this month. Now, this is going to be a fun live stream because what I'm going to be doing is it's actually my 5-year Booktube anniversary. I'm looking back on this and I'm thinking, wow, it's been 5 years already. I'm just like, whoa, I can't believe it's been 5 years already. It doesn't feel like 5 years already, but it is. On Sunday, March 13th, I'm going to be having my 5-year Booktube anniversary stream. The link to that will of course be in the community tab as well. Once I get that up, I'll post that about a week before the stream itself. But also on that stream, we're going to have a little bit of fun. Well, first off, make sure you tune in because I'm going to go over my Patreon a little bit about what I'm offering through Patreon on that live stream. But also we are going to be talking about my first video. We're going to sit back, we're going to watch my first video together, and trust me, it's cringe-worthy. So we're going to cringe at it and just be like, it was so horrible kind of thing. It's going to be fun, honestly, it's going to be fun. So make sure you tune in and check that out. That'll be a lot of fun. And also after that, we're going to have a bit of a AMA 500 subscriber, AMA Booktube anniversary type of video, AMA stream, Ask Me Anything essentially. And on that note as well, if you're so inclined, I've got my Amazon wishlist posted below. You're more than welcome to take a peek through there. Just saying. Anyway, that'll be fun on March 13th, so make sure you tune in then. I haven't officially formalized the time yet, so stay tuned for an update on that. That is coming up for sure, and I'm going to have a lot of fun with that. Along with that live stream, what I'm actually going to be doing is I'm going to be posting a general invite on the Discord, on the live stream channel, for anybody who might want to join me on the live stream as well. So it's just kind of an open invitation for anyone that might want to join in, so make sure that you check that out on my Discord. The link for my Discord will be below, and that'll be posted, the invite will be posted in the live stream channel on my Discord. So be sure to check that out, and of course check out everything else below: Bookstagram, Patreon, Discord. Everything will be linked down below. Make sure you check that out. Now, let's get into a little bit about what am I going to read in the month of March. So in March, we are going to be playing some catch up as well, and hopefully we could get through everything in March, as I didn't quite make it through everything in February, but hey, that's okay. In terms of what am I reading, so carrying over from February, books that I'm kind of reading that I started at the end of February that I'm kind of continuing on with are going to be the Book 2 of The Broken Empire, King of Thorns. So I'm still just finishing up this quickly in the month of March. I expect I'll be done really early March, probably even the 1st, maybe even the 2nd, who knows, we'll kind of see how that goes. At least at the time of filming, I haven't finished it yet, so maybe I'll get lucky and actually finish it in February, who knows, but we'll see. I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, moving on, we're also going to be picking up Book 2, or Book 1, Gods of Blood and Powder, Sins of Empire, from the Powder Mage World by Brian McClellan. So this is the book that I am currently reading kind of February over into March, so we'll be finishing up this book this month here in March for sure. No doubt about that. This is a fantastic book series. I'm absolutely loving the Powder Mage world. This is my second time through it. Once I'm done this, I'll read the second book in the Gods of Blood and Powder trilogy till I finally finish the series. I have not read the third book in this second trilogy yet, and I'm looking forward to getting to that. Also in March, what I'm currently reading is The Fellowship of the Ring. I'm reading this one to my daughter. She is really enjoying this. We read The Hobbit together, and then we watched all 3 Hobbit movies, and now we're reading The Lord of the Rings, and after that we're going to watch all 3 Lord of the Rings movies together. I am really enjoying going back and reading this. This series was already on my TBR for this year as far as reread that I was planning on doing this year, so I'm really glad my daughter got an interest in this and is wanting me to read it to her, so I could kind of get ahead of the game on my plans for rereads this year simply by taking some time every day to read a little bit to her from this throughout the year. So I'm really enjoying that. She's really enjoying it. We're having a lot of fun with that. So that's kind of what I've got on the go right at this moment as far as books that I'm reading right now. Now to get into what are my plans for the month of March. Now again, in terms of reads, this is never in the exact order I'm actually going to read these books, but just the books I want to get read in the month of March and hopefully finish March out with all these books being read, and it's a big pile. So of course, we've got The Wrath of Empire, Book 2 of Gods of Blood and Powder. So this is all my rereads for the second book. I hope to actually complete the second book this month so I can finally get on to the third and final book that I haven't actually read yet once April rolls around. And who knows, maybe if I'm lucky I'll actually manage to get through this and start the third one this month with any luck. We'll see how that goes, and that'll maybe help me get caught up a little bit. But anyway, that is all my plans for rereads before I get on to the third and final installment in the Gods of Blood and Powder series. So Wrath of Empire, again, Powder Mage is fantastic. Stay tuned now. I'm going to be putting a series review up on the channel in the near future, so definitely stay tuned for that. One of the other books I picked up a while ago is Michael Crichton, The Andromeda Evolution, a novel by Daniel H. Wilson. Now, Michael Crichton is one of my favorite authors of all time. I read all of his books before I started this channel. So, Michael Crichton's name is on it. I saw this, I had to pick it up because I know The Andromeda Strain, fantastic book by the way, but I never heard The Andromeda Evolution when I saw it. I don't remember when I bought it, it's been a while. My TBR is so big, most of these books I bought a while ago and I'm just now getting to them. But yeah, The Andromeda Evolution. So as far as I know, this is kind of like a sequel to The Andromeda Strain. Maybe it's a book Michael Crichton planned on writing. I don't know much about it. I just saw his name on it, so it was an instant buy for me. Because there are just some authors that are like that, for sure. Now there are 2 really big books that I have got to get to. So one is going to be Stephen Erickson's The Bone Hunters, Malazan, Book of the Fallen. This is the one that I'd planned on reading in February, but didn't actually manage to get to it. And as you saw, this is a really thick, big book, so I'm really hoping to get through The Bone Hunters, but also at the very least get a start on Reaper's Gale from Malazan, Book of the Fallen this month. 2 really big, thick books. I don't think I'm going to get through both of them in the month of March, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try to at least get to the point where I'm starting Reaper's Gale, so we'll see what happens and whether or not that happens this month. Malazan is just, it really is a good series, but it's a tough series at the same time. I keep repeating that. I mean, if you're watching this channel, you already know how I feel about it. I don't know why I keep repeating, but maybe you don't. Maybe you're one of the viewers that don't watch the channel regularly. I don't know. But anyway, Malazan, Book of the Fallen. This is a series that I'm working really hard to try and get through so that I can get through that series in its totality. And of course, we're also going to be keeping on with Book 3, The Broken Empire by Mark Lawrence, Emperor of Thorns. This is on my planned reads for this month as well. So getting to Emperor of Thorns by Mark Lawrence. So this is The Broken Empire. It is kind of a dystopian world. It's been described as grimdark. These are fast-paced, quick reads that I am enjoying, and I'm really looking forward to getting through this trilogy. I expect I'll be through it pretty quickly, realistically, because, like I said, they are quick and fast reads. So, one of the other books that I've got going on for this upcoming month, more is going to be Discworld, The Last Continent by Terry Pratchett. And as always, Discworld is entertaining, massively entertaining, hilarious reads. I'm often find myself laughing out loud while I'm reading these books. And I would definitely recommend that you check it out if you haven't already, because Discworld really is an entertaining, fun, fast-paced read. I'm loving Discworld, and I'm sure that you will love it too if you just sit down and read it if you haven't already. The Last Continent. So anything you do in the past changes the future. That's kind of the thing on the back here. So we'll see what happens. with The Last Continent. It's Terry Pratchett. I'm sure it's going to be hilarious because Terry Pratchett is always hilarious. And then we're also going to be reading Chris Hadfield's An Astronaut's Guide to Life on Earth. So Chris Hadfield is probably one of the most famous, if not the most famous, Canadian astronaut who has ever lived. So when I saw this, I thought, that's got to be worth checking out. I'm going to pick up this book and see what Chris Hadfield has to say about A Guide to Life on Earth. Chris Hadfield, for a time, was actually the commander of the International Space Station. You might have noticed him from YouTube, actually. He's got a video out there where he's playing his guitar and singing Rocket Man in the International Space Station.
This is ground control to Major Tom.
Which is actually a pretty cool video, so I mean, just search Chris Hadfield Rocket Man on YouTube, I'm sure you'll find it. But in any case, Chris Hadfield's An Astronaut Guide to Life on Earth. This will be an entertaining read. I'm looking forward to seeing what he has to say about that. And of course, with my to be read for the month of March, we also have H.P. Lovecraft, which I am reading a little bit every single month from his book, or this collected work of his Tales of Horror by H.P. Lovecraft. So I've got 3 stories on my to be read from this book this month. This month I'll be reading The Outsider, The Music of Erickson, and Herbert West, Reanimator. So those are 3 short stories I'll be reading from H.P. Lovecraft this month. So be sure to check that out. Stay tuned, because I do hope to get a video of H.P. Lovecraft on at least one of those 3 stories out sometime this month. Whichever one kind of I think is the best, or the one that I enjoyed the most. In any case, so there you have it. There is my there is my to be read for the month of March, as well as some things that are coming up on the channel with regard to my Patreon, my live stream that I have scheduled coming up. So thank you so much for watching, and of course, let me know down in the comments below, have you read any of these books? What's on your to be read for the month of March? And of course, with that, don't forget to head over to the community tab where I'm going to post a poll on some choices for a book review and which book you want to see reviewed in the month of March. Rather, which one of my March reads do you want to see a review on? And that'll be the viewer's choice review each and every month. We'll have at least one of those each and every month, or at least that's something I want to try out and kind of see if that's something that you are wanting to see on the channel. So anyway, don't forget to hit that like button, comment, subscribe. Again, I post videos every Friday. Check out my Patreon. Join me over on the Discord, and join me on my Bookstagram. And, as always, until next time, keep on reading. Bye!